With the huge success of My Time at Evershine's Kickstarter, which got an impressive 1,415% funding, we've now unlocked most of the game's stretch goals, and it's shaping up to be something special. Some of the newest additions include expanded wardrobes, rival romances, and another co-romanceable character. Plus, thanks to the funding, the team is skipping early access on Steam and aiming straight for a full release, which should make things run even smoother. Don't worry though, backers will still get access to alpha builds before the full launch, so there's plenty of room for community feedback to shape the final game. Now, while all the new features are exciting, there are a few that stand out for me personally. I've been playing cozy crafting games for over 20 years, and the My Time series has been one of my favorites because I love games that let me customize and create my own experience. Evershine is bringing even more of that immersive gameplay, and there are a few features I'm really excited about. In this video, I'll be going over my top 5 features that I think will make My Time at Evershine feel more personal and unique to each of us. We'll dive into what's been officially shared, along with some smaller details that the developers have hinted at. So let's get into it. Here are the top 5 features I'm most excited about in My Time at Evershine. At number 5 is the city building, or in this context, the settlement building feature of the game. In My Time at Evershine, you're not just managing a workshop anymore like in Sandrock or Portia. This time around, you're the governor of a whole town. So you'll be in charge of building your town from the ground up, and everything is placed where you think it should be. There is just so much potential here. To have a fully customized town just blows my mind. In my gameplays, I have this form of immersion where my builder has this morning routine of getting commissions, then hanging out at the blue moon and whatnot. And with the city building feature, I can decide where the locations of the buildings would be, and this form of control is something I am looking forward to. Especially since I can customize my governor's daily routine, and there's definitely a form of strategy as well. Building your home will feel more personal too. You can choose where to put doors, walls, and even the style of your roof. If that sounds like a lot, don't worry, there are also pre-built designs to keep things simple if you prefer. And even though you can customize a lot, the developers made sure the storyline still works smoothly, so you won't mess up the plot by moving things around. I do hope the controls or user experience in building will be smoother in Evershine, because while I did enjoy designing my home in Sandrock, there were a lot of workarounds and it gets a bit clunky. The next feature I'm excited about is the co-op. And My Time at Evershine is stepping up its multiplayer game, with co-op being designed from the start. Instead of splitting single-player and multiplayer like in Sandrock, everything is built together this time, hoping for smoother real-time interactions between players and the characters. The developers have mentioned that you'll be able to host games yourself, allowing for modded servers and tons of storage with up to 4 players joining in. And I'm super excited with this because there's a plethora of mods in Sandrock that makes for a more personalized gameplay. Players can share money, items, and even followers, with NPC relationships staying unique to each game. While I'm not sure how sharing followers will work yet, it's something that I'll be keeping my eye on. Also, if a player marries an NPC, they're off the market for everyone else. The game difficulty adjusts based on the number of players, and the host can tweak game settings like speed. I do think that it's shaping up to be a fun, customizable multiplayer experience. I'm definitely looking forward to how the storyline, crafting, and quests will be executed in multiplayer. And at third is the followers system. In My Time at Evershine, bringing in new settlers and building relationships is a huge part of the game. And it's one of the things that set it apart from Portia and Sandrock. Since Evershine was initially from Project Me, the developers mentioned that they took a bit of inspiration from gacha games, like those where you collect characters by chance. But in Evershine, you'll unlock new characters just by exploring and doing quests. No gacha involved. And thank the light for that. Some characters join as you go through the main story, others are spread across the world for you to discover. So every player's town can end up looking a little different. As someone who plays multiple playthroughs, this is something I am very much looking forward to. There are 3 types of characters you can recruit. The main romanceable ones have more complex storylines, which you'll see in the main quest. Then there's a second group of about 20 characters, each with their own side quests and shorter story arcs. There are even some hidden characters you can find. Lastly, there are a bunch of random NPCs with unique traits that can make each playthrough feel different, even if they don't have big stories. Once you bring a settler into town, you'll be able to assign them a job based on their skills, like making sure a strong fighter isn't stuck doing farm work. And if someone isn't happy with their role, you'll hear about it. I really enjoyed the hanging out option in Sandrock, where you can just hang out with your favorite character and even go to dungeons with them. And now with the follower system, it looks like you can do so much more, and with a full party to boot. I'm definitely looking forward to their interactions with each other. You can choose up to 3 characters to follow you at a time. The developers are even working on a hard mode for players who want an extra challenge with pickier, more demanding settlers. Relationships are also getting some cool updates, especially with multiple romance options. If more than one character likes you, they might start competing or throwing shade at each other in funny ways. At number 2 is the character customization features. My Time at Evershine is taking character customization to the next level. The developers recently revealed some exciting updates, including new options for adjusting your character's height and body shape. You will now be able to tweak your character's height and head size, offering even more freedom to create the character you want. While they're still testing how these changes will affect cutscenes, poses, and interactions, it's clear that this is a major step in making your character feel unique. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know that one of my pet peeves is the height difference between the builder and the characters. Them having to kneel down to kiss you is not a proportion I would have wanted. So I'm pretty happy with a height slider coming our way in Evershine. In addition to height adjustments, the body customization was also unlocked as part of a stretch goal. You'll finally be able to adjust body builds. Whether you want your character to be bulkier or have a stronger chest, it's all up to you. And this is just the beginning, with even more customization options planned for the future. The game's art direction has also taken a big leap. And with the new character designs comes a focus on higher quality animations. Pathea mentioned that their goal is to get the animation quality up to the level of games like Kingdom Hearts and Xenoblade, which I feel should make for an even more immersive experience when interacting with the world of Evershine. And if you want to stay in the know with all the latest My Time at Evershine updates, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. Moving on to the feature I'm most excited about, the Visitor from the Past. In My Time at Evershine, this stretch goal comes with a Sandrock builder making a guest appearance in Settlement 2. This means the players can tweak the builder's appearance and even their relationship with Logan during the story quest. It's a fun way to see some familiar faces in a whole new setting and get creative with how these characters interact. To me, this is basically a chance to create your Sandrock builder with the Evershine model. I have multiple playthroughs in Sandrock, all with different relationships with Logan, and I'm excited to try all those out. I enjoy the cameos in Sandrock from Portia. It gives me a glimpse of how the characters have been. And while the Portia builder has been mentioned a few times, seeing them would have brought a smile to my face. And I would have probably replayed Portia then and there. But what I'm trying to say is, given that Evershine is 3 years after the end of Sandrock, we could potentially see what happened to the Sandrock builder after the main story. At least with respect to Logan and his activities. Maybe I'm still stuck in Sandrock mode, but since Evershine is still months away, I don't mind. With all the freedom you're given, My Time at Evershine is shaping up to be a fun and creative new experience. So, what are you most looking forward to in My Time at Evershine? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what's got you excited as well. If you haven't seen it already, check out our videos on My Time at Sandrock, where I share some beginner tips and dive into the basics of romance in the game. Just click on that video if you're in the mood for more cozy My Time content. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay awesome, gamers!